Well, the corn's finally growing. It's doing good. Planted it, I think, 2 weeks ago, maybe. Got some nice rows of corn coming up. It's only about an inch tall, 1 to 2 inches tall, but it's growing. Full rows of it, starting to get some weeds in there too. I think a few of the Yukon Gold tomatoes are starting to come up. But the plan for today is to get back to this onion garden over here. I ended up doing what I've got done so far, like I did in the first video with that hand tiller thing. And then I used it's called a garden weasel. It's got a long red fiberglass handle and aluminum tines, 4 aluminum tines on the front that gets the soil nice and broke up really good. Not powdery, but broke up really good. So I've got all the white onions planted over here. That section over there, I got carrots. I still need to finish tilling up this side here. I did order, and I got extremely lucky too. I've been trying to find a rototiller. It's actually called a cultivator. It's a little mini rototiller. And right now there's no rototillers in any stores around here. Went on the internet last night, searching everywhere, trying to find mini cultivators. And they're all sold out everywhere. I couldn't even get one from the manufacturers. Mantis, Earthquake, you can't even buy it from the manufacturers. I don't know what's going on, but with this stupid virus crap that's going on, it's destroying the entire country, everything. So the title of this channel is, it's a new one, I don't have it memorized yet, something like Live Healthy, Live Better. So we're actually in a shit hits the fan situation with this virus. So there's going to be times where you're going to have to resort back to manual tools, and it's going to build muscles and get you back in shape, depending on how old and your physical capabilities and etc. Good time to stop smoking. So plan for today, I'm going to take some chives, plant one over here in the corner, and another one over in this corner. And I've got a few herbs. Plants are very hard to get now too, and this weather isn't working. I think we finally got the last frost a few days ago, but there's more storms coming in again tonight, and I got to get stuff planted because it's starting to die keeping it in the house. It's windy out here, so I can't put the camera on a tripod, and that sucks because you're not going to be able to actually see how I do some of this stuff. But I'll give whatever guidance, education I can, however I can do it. So I'm going to start out with the chives. I've never transplanted whole plants before. I've transplanted plants from seeds. That's always went good, but this will be the first time transplanting a whole existing plant. This used to be the herb garden, but it turned into a weed garden. Pretty much took everything out. It's a bunch of garlic chives there that spread out. I'm going to get rid of those because I don't like garlic chives. I like garlic, but not garlic chives. So these are regular chives, what's called common chives. And they're ready to harvest. They start getting these little purple buds on them. And then them purple buds turn into flowers. And the flowers are also purple, and you can eat them raw or cooked. I've never ate them cooked. I always munch on them raw when I'm out here, and they taste just like a really good sweet onion. So these could be harvested now, or you could let them go a little bit longer to get the flowers. But chives, they generally grow in clumps. So I'm going to pull out a couple of these clumps of chives and transplant them over in the onion garden where I showed you. And to do that, I'm going to use I got a bunch of tools. I don't know what all these things are called, but There's different types of implements for everything. Having the right tool always helps. So I'm going to use this here type of shovel. To dig it up, root and all. And then I'm probably going to use, I don't know, either a post hole digger either going to use a post hole digger or that shovel to dig the hole to put the chives into. So I guess that's about all I got to say for right now. Once I get those transplanted, then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so what I did to get this clump of chives out, took the shovel and I went in around it in a circular pattern all the way around, carefully pulling up, try not to disturb the roots. And now I'm going to transplant this. Gotta get it. Well, I can't do it with one hand. Next step is to move this out into the grass, pick all the weeds out of here. I don't want to introduce any weeds into my onion garden, even though I'm still in the process of fighting existing weeds in there. Whenever you transplant anything, you always want to make sure you get as much, if not all, of the weeds out as possible. So that's the next step. Pull it out from here, get the weeds out, take it over to where I'm going to put it into the ground, and then I'll pick it up from there. So there's the hole from the clump of chives that I took out. You can see it's a round hole, maybe about 6 inches deep. You don't need to go very deep, but you need to get past the roots because you don't want to disturb those roots. And then keep it on the shovel when you transplant it to wherever you're going to take it to, because you don't want that clump of dirt falling apart and disturbing the roots. You want to keep it all together as one thing. I should have brought my camera stabilizer out, using a different camera today. And I still need to get a wireless mic. That way when I do set the camera on a tripod or whatever, you can hear me better without having to turn the volume up and down. So there's the clump of chives. I went around, pulled all the weeds out. As you can see, you just keep it on the spade part of the shovel. Use that to carry it to wherever you're going to take it to. And I'm going to cut the video here in a minute because I need both hands. Probably going to start out with a hand shovel. Start digging a hole here just like the hole it came out of, and then drop it in there. So the little hand shovel was actually too small and too slow, so I used the same shovel that I used to dig the chives up, to dig the hole. Made this hole a little bit bigger. I'm going to set this camera down and try and get it so you can see me putting it in there. Don't know how this is going to work. Then you just carefully pick up the whole clump of chives and carefully set it into that hole. And then you just start backfilling the dirt into it. That's all there is to it. And once you get all the dirt backfilled into it, then you want to water it. I'm not going to water it though because the storm's coming in tonight, and it should be okay. And that's something else about gardening. You can't be afraid to get your hands dirty. You can't be afraid to touch bugs, worms, all that good stuff. You definitely want worms in your garden. Lots of worms. Worms are nature's rototillers. They chew up the ground and leave their pee and their poop. That's really good fertilizer and helps things grow. And as the worms are crawling through the soil, they break it up That's why they're kind of sort of like a rototiller, nature's rototiller. So you just put that dirt in and press it down. You don't want to step on it and compress it hard, but you want it lightly compressed in there so it doesn't sink as it gets rained on and the soil settles back down into the ground. You want it to stay level, so you might have to come back from time to time, add a little bit more soil. Or if you're really picky, had a beautiful picture type garden for Home and Gardens magazine or something, then if you get too much soil, you might want to come in, rake some of it out so it's even with the ground. It's a personal choice. Me, I just plant the stuff, harvest it, store it, preserve it, eat it. Okay, so that's all there is to it. That one's done. I think this is gonna look pretty good when I get done. So I don't think I need to waste time going through this process for the second one. But like I said, I'm gonna have one in that corner and one in that corner with chives, parsley, basil, stuff like that. Helps onions and carrots grow. They all work together. So I'm gonna still figuring out what else I'm gonna put in here. Probably gonna put some parsley. I don't have many herbs. I still need to get a lot. All I have is parsley, thyme, and sage. I need rosemary, cilantro, basil. And I have basil. It's not looking good though. Alright, I gotta get back to work. Alright, got the chives transplanted. Looking good so far. See how they're looking a week from now and a month from now. They should be doing good though. The roots weren't disturbed. Soil's moist. Rain coming in tonight. So now I guess I got to figure out what other herbs I'm going to put in here without getting too much crowding going on. Ain't a whole lot of room in this little section. So when I figure it out, I'll turn the camera back on and let you know what's going on. I decided to go with thyme, chives, and the reason I decided to go with the chives are perennial. That plant itself will come back every year. So do the chives, and so does what the heck was that other choice? Cilantro. No, not cilantro. Oregano. But I haven't decided where the oregano is going to go. It's not going to go in here. It's going to go somewhere else. So for this garden section, it's going to be the red onions, chives, carrots in the back. Actually, it's white onions over there, red onions over here, carrots in the back, chives in the two corners, and thyme in the center. Thyme's one of my favorite herbs. I love that stuff. Rosemary, thyme, onions, carrots, parsley, basil. It's all good stuff. Got to figure out some place to put it. But the rest of the herbs are probably going to go in the new herb garden that I'm creating. Some of it I'll plant in the ground and just let it go to seed so it keeps coming back every year. And I'll probably take one plant of each, put it in a 5-gallon bucket or a planter of some kind. That way if storms come, I can pick the stuff up, put it in the shed, the garage, or whatever to protect it from the storms, early frost, whatever. So as of right now, that's the plan.